keynote presentation. I'd like to request him for the presentation. So the panelist, as previously will be moderated by Professor Dr. Taranidhi Bhattacharya.
Today I will be talking about over the years. This graph shows that there is a sharp rise in number of total disasters. Many literatures agree that climate change has a strong link with the there are three graphs, one representing trend in drought, other is trend in flood, and there is a big number of loss from those type of disasters. If we take some of the examples of recent disaster after 2020 in terms of number of disasters and their capability to damage, and that is value increasing number of disasters. And if we try to see at the same time with the change in climate, is the reason for increasing number of disasters. And up to 2.7, if the temperature is projected to rise by 1.5 degree, 2 and 4 degrees, a scenario. Here further, heat waves would be even 7.5 times. Disaster experts, when attributing to climate change, we should be very, very careful. That should be based on minimizing risks, but still the loss of lives and properties have been observed over the years.
You all. As Dr. Shrestha knows well, because he attended the ceremony at my residence yesterday, I'm standing here with a heavy heart, but I must try my best to fulfill my duty as ambassador today. It gives me a great pleasure to attend and say a few words at this seminar. Thank you, Juan, for organizing and inviting me at this seminar. The theme of today's seminar is Addressing Climate Change and Natural Disasters, Lessons from Japan and Nepal. Both Japan and Nepal are earthquake-prone mountainous countries that suffer similar natural disasters every year. However, in recent years, we can say that the impact of natural disasters has been changing to the worse under the influence of climate change. In this critical juncture of time, Juan's efforts in organizing this kind of seminar is meaningful and praiseworthy. As all of you know, in the Himalayas, rapid snowmelt is turning snow-capped mountains into barren hills, and floods caused by the ruptured glacier lakes causing extensive damage downstream. It should also be fresh in your memory, as Dr. Shrestha mentioned, that at the end of September, floods and landslides caused by torrential rains inflicted extensive death and damage in the Kathmandu Valley and surrounding areas. Many of the roads to Kathmandu were blocked. Under such circumstances, Nagudunga Tunnel, one of Japan's famous projects and penetrated only in April, was utilized as a temporary emergency route, even though it is still under interior finishing. The tunnel served to transport people and distribute vital goods, thus constructing disaster-resilient infrastructure along with disaster preparedness and public awareness is one way to mitigate the damage, I believe. Nature is majestic and powerful. It is difficult for humans to control it, but we can learn how to live with it. I hope the in-depth discussion with Juan scholars in today's seminar may find useful suggestions to lower the risk of such hazards. They would be of great help for the further disaster-prone communities. It would be one of the tangible results of education exchange between Japan and Nepal, which Juan is eloquently representing. Dear guests, did you know that last year, the number of Nepali students in Japan was about 38,000, which surpassed that of Vietnamese to become the second largest only after China. Recently, I noticed in the local newspaper that Japan has become the most attractive destination for Nepal students during the first quarter of Nepal's current fiscal year. Out of the total study permits, 1/3 have been issued for studying in Japan. This means, at the same time, the number of returned students from Japan is also increasing. Juan is a group of people who have received higher education in Japan and brought the asset back home for the benefit of Nepal. I hope that Juan will continue its activities as a leading support force for whole Nepal returned back from Japan. As I implied at the outset, I must tell you that this is my last opportunity to participate in the Juan's event. In March 2021, I arrived in Nepal as ambassador. That was 3 years and 9 months ago. Since then, the friendship that Juan members extended to me has always been my precious treasures during my stay in this country. I regret that I myself will not be able to celebrate with you the 70th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Japan and Nepal in 2026. However, my successor will be a happy guy, as the Juan members and all the guests who have shown interest in this seminar remain mindful of the ties between Japan and Nepal. To conclude, I'd like to thank Juan and its members for organizing very meaningful seminar and hope the friendship between the two countries will also continue to be strong for a long time to come. Long live Juan, long live Nepal, long live our friendship. Thank you very much.
Konnichiwa and good afternoon. As a president of Japanese University Alumni Associations, Nepal, I am honored to welcome you all to this crucial seminar on addressing the climate change and natural disasters, lessons from Japan and Nepal, a significant part of the Juan's annual program. This event, supported by the Embassy of Japan, brings together a diverse group of people, individuals and members of Juan dedicated for fostering the collaborations and knowledge exchange. I extend my deepest gratitude to the Embassy of Japan for their unwavering support in organizing this seminar. Their commitment to strengthening the ties between the Nepal and Japan is truly commendable, and we are very much thankful for the opportunity they provided for the intellectual discourse. A warm welcome to our esteemed chief guest, His Excellency Ambassador of Japan to Nepal, Mr. Yutaka Kikuta. Your presence signifies the importance of this seminar. We are honored to have you grace these occasions, and we are eagerly participate, waiting for your valuable insights. I also extend my gratitude to Ms. Takeda Takako, First Secretary, for gracing us with your presence. Today we have a very interactive panel discussions with a prominent panelist and moderator to explore the deeper into the important subject. After the keynote presentations, Juan would like to extend a warm welcome to all our esteemed presenters, panelists, and the moderator. I'd also like to welcome all our guests. Since 1973, Juan has served a common platform for all of us who have graduated from any universities in Japan. Juan currently embraces our collective vision, empowering the alumni, enriching the communities, and enhancing the Nepal and Japan relations. through the knowledge sharing and the collective actions, we can drive the innovations and contributions to the resilient and the prosperous society. This UN seminar, focusing on the addressing the climate change and the natural disasters, lessons from Japan and Nepal, will explore the invaluable lessons Japan offers beyond the science and technology in effective managing the natural disasters. The culture of disaster preparedness in Japan begins from the beginning of the school days, emphasizing the societal readiness that extends across all levels. This seminar is also serves as a platform for meaningful discussions on the critical issues affecting our nations. By focusing on the climate change and the natural disaster, we aim to explore the solutions for a more sustainable future. Seminar will provide a clarity on the lessons from Japan and Nepal for addressing the preparedness, early warning systems, climate resilience, government and private sectors coordinations, and the sustainable practice to mitigate the risks and build the adaptive capacity against the environmental challenges. Japan's post-earthquake projects in Nepal aim to enhance the resilience and the bilateral relations. Additionally, Japanese-supported institutions in turn emphasizes the disaster management and preventions, providing the essential training to the professionals and the students to foster the culture of preparedness and the awareness. I hope all these things will be discussed in our panel discussions. The recent tragic loss of the lives and property due to the flood in our country emphasizes the critical need for such comprehensive approaches to the disaster management. By learning from the experience of the Japan and Nepal, we aim to gather the insights that significantly enhance our preparedness and the response strategies towards the mitigating the impact of natural calamities. I extend my thanks to the Ms. Mayuko Sato, the Cultural Secretary, Embassy of Japan, for her enormous support in organizing this UN seminar. Executive committee members are also my special thanks to them. I encourage all the participants to participate in these discussions sessions and share the ideas and collaborate towards the building the sustainable future. Once again, I thank the chief guest, His Excellency Ambassador of Japan to Nepal, Mr. Kikuta, and everyone present here today for your support and participation. Thank you very much.